it being required further on down the line. I mean, you needed to be Ganon anyway.
Yeah, the bow. Well, it's not necessarily required to be Ganon. You can go silverless, but
Helps out a lot.
it does help out a lot. Looks like we're just getting a little bit of love here at Link's house right off the bat. As you can see that our runners are in fact underway now. So the bow would certainly be a good item. Me, I think I want to see the fire rod. I think that would be... There is a bit of a challenge to the fire rod, of course. You do have to manage your magic in order to get through everything.
Indeed.
But I think both of these runners are going to be capable of handling whatever weapon they get.
Called it.
And fish my wish. The uncle gives them the fire rod. Yeah, we'll note that the getting the fire rod there, they also did get a full magic meter with that. So the randomizer, that is a thing with the randomizer in this particular mode. So if it gives you a weapon that requires magic, it's going to fill up your magic meter, which is nice. What also would be really nice is if these runners could find half magic a little bit early on. That just, a little bit would absolutely loosen up the requirements here, or not necessarily the requirements, but they
just makes it a little easier for them.
Yeah, exactly. It would make it easier for them to wander around with just the fire rod as a weapon. The other thing that they're going to look for is they're going to kill a bunch of these guards to try to find some bombs. And that's going to open up places inside of the town, of course.
Also open up back of escape.
Yeah, so if they can get some bombs early inside of escape here, you'll be able to open up those 3 chests in the back of escape. That's a very good point.
Indeed. And right now we've just got a single rupee for one of the starting chests, which is definitely not what you want to be seeing.
No, not what they wanted at all. The only thing worse in that case would be the single arrow, I think. Just one of those. So far. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, indeed. To kind of get to where you're at, so far they're doing pretty good with their magic usage, getting things off with precise shots.
Yeah, and it's been a little bit generous, giving them some small magic pots, being able to fill them out. Jaylow has a little bit more magic than TheFiz here, so I mean, he has one more shot. So they're gonna want to be careful. They can use the pots to kill the ball and chain guard to get the big key, and that would save them on magic use here. And so we'll see what the runners decide to do. Looks like Jaylow just says, nope, I'm going for it. He's got a little bit more.
Pots.
Yeah, he's got a little bit more magic than TheFiz. And the one
bombs.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup. The one trick with that is going to be that rat that holds the key in the back of escape. So they're going to want to have some magic, not really, because they're going to get low on magic by that point in time. They don't want to miss.
Indeed, they've got a backup strat with those bombs, but again, you really want to save them for Kakariko, and you definitely want to save it so you don't have to go back to escape.
Yeah, and the rat moves very quickly, so bombs that's a hard strat.
It does. Jaylow taking the long way to get around those green guards. I usually don't see that in the races, but it worked out for him.
Yeah, if he's comfortable with it, then that's more power to him.
Indeed, opting not to try to farm a few more bombs, just heading down the hallway.
Yeah. I mean, three right now is pretty comfortable because they're gonna want one for the escape here, right? They're gonna want one for the thieves' hideout, and then they're gonna want one for the well, and that's pretty much the 3 that they have right now. So if they can keep these for those 3 locations, then they should be good. Plus, if they really want to, they can buy 10 more with 50 rupees in town. So
Indeed.
Interesting. Oh, go ahead.
Indeed. I don't see that much Houlihan room usage in the standard tournament. So I don't know if they're going to want to go for the managed to
Yeah.
get a multi-kill with that fire rod with the Fizz, but unfortunately,
Yeah.
just a couple arrows for his efforts.
Yeah, only one shot left here for Fizz. Now, Jaylow did pick up the small pot of magic there, so his magic's looking really good. And he goes and gets another safety pot, whereas the Fizz is playing a lot more dangerously. He has maybe one shot left here, and might be reduced to the bombs, to just bombs here. And he does have to kill this rat. He's got to get the right one in order to get the key. Yeah. Feeling very confident. Looks like Jaylow is going for all the magic backup. And I don't blame him. When I get the fire rod, I wanna get as many of those. Because if I get the wrong rat, you don't get the key, it feels bad. But he gets it.
Our first sword, the map, and silvers.
Wow. That is absolutely worth it. Good thing they picked up those bombs.
Indeed. And plus, we saw the map in Back of Escape, so that means you do want to check the chest in Sanctuary because there is going to be an item there.
Yep. Yeah, that's one thing I always lose track of as I go through Escape is whether I have the dungeon items. And so I always end up checking this chest here in Sanctuary.
Indeed, 300. So probably not going to be seeing a Houlihan. Got plenty of cash for Bottle Merchant and no flippers for Zora yet. So
yeah, they still might. Yeah, they still might want to do the Houlihan room just for that. But it depends on what town is gonna provide. So it looks like the Fizz is gonna go up and check the tree as well as go into the Lost Woods. And I like this. I like this play a lot. Real nice early and getting electric shock there.
Getting zapped. And a bomb tree pull. That is exactly what he was hoping for.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's a great pull. Oh, and more bombs. Yeah. All right, he's set up. So let's see what Jaylow pulls, if Jaylow's going to do the tree pull.
Oh, I didn't quite catch what was on...
no, I didn't catch that either.
I want to say, judging by the sprite, it looked like the cape, but maybe we'll get to see a little bit better look on Jaylow.
Yeah, we'll just check out here.
Cape is not the worst thing to have on the ledge, but...
Yep, it is indeed magic cape.
Oof. Oh yeah, depending on what's on Bumper Cave, that might be a problem. And speaking of those flips, there they are in the mushroom spot.
Yep, so that is going to mean that if they do want a Houlihan room, they are going to have to Houlihan room using the bomb strat.
And Master Sword within 8 minutes.
Yeah, sword upgrade. That's real nice.
Yeah, that is really good to find. That lets you do damage a lot easier, and don't have to worry about bombing the mini Moldorms, for example.
Yeah. Well, so my last seed at the tree there, where that was locked out by Aghanim, was actually a sword, and I was afraid that I was gonna have to do Aghanim in order to get that sword. But yeah, these guys already have their Master Sword. Gonna be heading into town. Jaylow picking up those flippers now. So we're gonna see. There's a lot of chests here in town. We're gonna see what opens up. Now, neither runner has performed a map check yet, so we do not yet know what the dungeons are gonna be looking like. And there's that lamp.
And tempered.
Whoa!
Tempered at 9 minutes.
Wow, that is.
We are not going to be worrying about doing damage this seed and beginning.
Yeah. So having flippers early and a bunch of money could mean that there's something important up at Zora as well.
Definitely.
Or the ferry, or the ledge. So.
Well, right now we're going to see what's in the well.
Yep.
First slot is Bloomerang.
Yeah, Bloomerang. That's a nice one. I like having the Bloomerang. Even though the red meringue goes a little bit further, you get a little bit of lag with that.
Indeed. And if you would have gotten those blue rupees, that would be Zora money. But we do still have to check out what Bottle Vendor has in store.
Yeah, they're going to check out Bottle Vendor, absolutely. We're going to see.
And just a partial refund.
Yeah, highway robbery.
Chicken Hut's up next for TheFiz.
Yep. Oh, did Jaylow do the Bottle Vendor first? That's a little bit different.
And definitely not worrying about money this seed.
Yeah, that's
300's really early.
Yeah, exactly. That to me says, hey, go up to Zora.
Indeed.
Yeah, no bottle yet for the sick kid. But you know, we're
bombs.
Yeah, a little more bombs. You know what? Having bombs early is never a bad thing. Never a bad thing when you're sitting there at full bombs. All right, Jay.
Jay's just a little bit behind, but not too bad. Right now, Fizz is checking the library, and it's just another big 20.
All right. Yep. Oh, and there's plenty more race to this game here. So.
Oh yeah.
Fizz is gonna go check out the race game. Finds just some more money. Yeah. Doesn't want that. Saves and quit. Probably will go to his house.
Yeah, probably got to go down south, do the dam, do Mini Moldorm Cave.
Yes.
Probably go up to Zora.
Well, the question is now: does he do Ice Rod Cave and then go to Zora, or does he just go to Zora first? So that might be Ice Rod Cave a little bit out of the way. One of those caves where you kind of want to get it out of the way. If there's something important there, it's good to do it early than later. But you know, again, it's a little bit out of the way. So there's the question.
Opting to pull the dam first before grabbing the item.
Yeah, it's a little bit faster to do the chest first, even though it requires you to go out and back. Just because if there is a movement item such as boots on the chest, you can take advantage of that when doing the back side of the swamp here.
And just a big 20 and a piece of heart.
Yep.
So, not much in here.
Yeah, Jaylow actually choosing to do the race. I like this. I prefer this method here. If it's nothing good, you can just jump right off or save and quit here, and that's what we're going to see from him. He's going to go over and go to his house as well. And you know, it's a little bit slower if there's nothing good there, but if there is something good there, you get to pick it up right away. So.
Indeed. And beams and tempered means those Moldorms are nothing. So let's see what 5 items we have up here.
Yeah. Ooh, the mushroom fetch quest.
20, 50. Moon Pearl.
Moon Pearl. That is an item that our runners are absolutely been looking for. So the other question is what are they going to get for Dark World access? So Aghanim still could be required because right now they do not have gloves. They don't have hammer. And those are the things that they need to get the Dark World access. So,
Fizz opting to swim his way over to Ice Rod rather than walk.
Okay, all right. He might be wanting to avoid crabs. They do a bit of damage here. So you know, maybe this is a little bit safer for him. He feels.
With this item set, I don't really blame him. It wouldn't be something I think of, but it worked really well.
Yeah, only 4 hearts. The crabs will do two hearts of damage with green mail, if I recall correctly. Tempered sword will take care of him really easily, but
Opting to save and quit after that disappointing bomb find.
Yeah, he might think it's a little bit faster to go to his house. And to go up to Zora, or he might be, yeah, it looks like he wants to go over it. No, never mind. My other thought process there was he wanted to go to Eastern, because there's 3 items over at Sahasrara, as well as 3 items over in Eastern Palace by itself. And there was a medallion there on the Lake Hillian island. Did you see which one? Bombos. Okay.
That's not that's not too bad to see.
Well, they do have Fire Rod already. So Bombos is typically useful for Ice Palace. So or this early Fire Rod is definitely going to be an indicator of something you want to go into Skullwoods for and possibly Ice Palace. So
Hobo only has bombs.
yeah. I do like the play of by TheFiz here of going to check the hobo, but it's one of those things that I feel like it never seems to pay off.
I haven't noticed it paying off that much, but yeah, it's getting it out of your tracker, getting it out of your mind.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with getting it out of the way. Jaylow going up to Zora, and Fizz hot on his heels.
Got bodied by that fireball, but
And
made it in just in time. And
yeah,
is rewarded with the blue mail
nice.
and the power glove.
Yeah, there's that power glove. So that is the first of the 2 items that we're going to need to get some Dark World access. So the other item that they're going to be looking for is either the hammer or the Titan's Mitts. Titan's Mitts will also get them Dark World access.
Indeed. This has been a pretty good seed for items thus far, which means either it will continue to be so, or they're going to be hitting a wall soon.
Well, I mean, they're still the eastern area, so they do have the lamp, so the entirety of Eastern Palace is into play. The only thing they can't do is beat it, as they don't have the bow. So, also, we don't know what the dungeons are.
Still.
So yeah, now with the gloves, they can go up to Death Mountain. So that's going to open up Spectacle Rock, as well as the Old Man, because they do have the lamp. Yeah, while there's not much there just yet, there could be something important. So
I was wondering what on earth Fizz is doing. It seems like he's just leaving.
Yeah, there's nothing on the. He got the bottle from Zora, and now the ledge is just some bombs, so he doesn't want that.
Right.
So it's possible he has the mushroom. So
right.
Yeah, he wants to go check the witch.
Interesting play that writes out fake powder, but if you're getting it this early, there is a good chance that there's an item on there.
Yeah, they also don't have the Cane of Samaria yet, so I mean, fake powdering I don't think would be really on my mind. So if I had the Cane of Samaria, then I might be more I might consider fake powder a little bit more. So here's Jaylow coming back for Mini Moldorm. So this is a good thing that he remembered this, because that Moon Pearl is going to be real important.
And you definitely wanted to do that play, because there's the mirror.
Yeah, that is a really good play for TheFiz. And hopefully Jaylow does not take too terribly long to go and make that same play. Because the mirror is going to be an item he absolutely wants. Again, now that also opens up with the gloves and the lamp. That is going to open up the Tower of Hera. There was a map check. We see 2 crystals, one on Tower of Hera and one in Eastern Palace, and I didn't quite check, or I didn't quite catch.
Desert was a 5/6.
Was a 5/6. Okay, so 3 pendants in the light world, or in the dark world.
Indeed.
Yeah. So which ones will they be? I was so happy on my last seed when Turtle Rock was a pendant, except for the seed was pedestal. So yeah, I had to do all of Turtle Rock anyway.
Indeed, Fizz is opting to go up to Death Mountain.
Yeah, I like this play. There's not that much open here, but the seed is saying it has provided all the items for Death Mountain. So
We can't do East Death Mountain, but he can full clear Hera.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with the mirror now, he has access to the Tower of Hera. It looks like Jaylow might be making this play as well, and I'm not a huge fan, just because he does not have that mirror yet.
It looks like Jaylow might be doing.
Okay, he's gonna go back to town here. Interesting to see where he goes.
Shall see.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can't do Dark World from here yet without either the ham. Oh,
He
Bottle
can.
Kid.
Yeah, he can do the sick kid. Yep. This is not bad. Getting the sick kid out of the way. Just
Only
an
5
hour
arrow upgrade, but again,
Mm.
that gets it off your tracker, gets it off your mind.
Yep.
And the Cane of Samaria on top of Spectral Rock.
Yeah, there's that Cane of Samaria. That is certainly a nice item. That probably means they're gonna need to go into Turtle Rock as well as Misery Mire. So.
And then a full heart container inside. Normally, you might not necessarily go for a full heart container at this in Spectacle Rock, but with only 4 hearts to their names thus far, I cannot blame them.
No, I would absolutely make the same play that the Fizz is making for this full heart with only 4 hearts. Blue Mill, yeah, that's nice, but 4 hearts is, that's they're going to be going into the Dark World, and things still hit really hard in the Dark World. So, they're going to want as many hearts as they can. And but I think that's a really safe, wise play by the Fizz. It's getting 1 full heart.
Indeed. It's interesting that our runners are following fairly the same route, but at the same time, with this item set, with what the seed is telling them, it's not that surprising because leading them into some pretty good places.
Yeah, this is going to be unfortunate for Jaylow here because he has not gone to the Witch and turned in his mushroom, so he does not have the mirror, which means Tower of Hera is locked out for him. So he's also not going to be able to get that Cane of Samaria that is on top of Spectacle Rock, which the Fizz can go get here, as well as go ahead and clear out the tower.
And is he doing a blind? If I saw that correctly, is he doing a blind Spectacle Rock check?
Yeah, absolutely. He is doing a blind Spectacle Rock.
Interesting play. And we are up for a visit down to the first floor of Tower of Hera.
Fizz is going to go down to the basement. Now, it's interesting that he did not check the left-hand side basement yet. So he does not know what item is there. The big key could be there, and that would mean that this is not necessarily required.
Oh, but he takes a death.
Death in the tile room. A little bit unfortunate. He's going to lose some time here. But Jaylow kind of playing around here. Hopefully he's going to head over to Eastern Palace at this point in time. Either that or he goes and he remembers that he has the mushroom and goes to the Witch.
Seems like it.
Yeah, he is going straight up here. This is going to pay off for him because he's going to get that mirror that he needs.
This time Fizz is able to get the block glitch, so he will be safe for his coffee break.
Yep.
So I wonder if, knowing that the Cane of Samaria is up on top of Spectacle Rock, I wouldn't be surprised if Jaylow heads back up to Death Mountain. Especially since he got the save and quit spot by saving the old man.
Yeah, once he gets this mirror here, I think that's exactly what he's going to do. They don't have the bow yet, so I think they're a little bit wary of going into Eastern Palace area. But that being said, we're going to see, because it looks like Jaylow is just going straight down here. He might be going to make that Eastern Palace play. I like that. I like that.
We'll have to see if it pays off. Meanwhile, Fizz gets his big key, so he will continue his ascent of the Tower of Hera.
Yeah, so that basement was required there to get that big key. He still has not checked that the left-hand side basement.
He might have. He just checked it real quick, and it was a.
Oh, okay. Chat is correcting me, and it was 10 arrows. So, yep, he did.
Meanwhile, let's see what Sahasrara has for us today.
Yep.
Oh, we actually get a green pendant check. And
green.
Misery Mire.
Yeah, that's interesting. So the game is giving the Cane of Samaria pretty early here. So that might mean that there is something important in Misery Mire. Or that green pendant might be important too.
And rupees, an arrow upgrade, and more rupees in Sahasrala's hut.
Yeah, very nice bomb jump there by Fizz to get to the big chest here. Not paying off, only given the map, but
You don't know until you hit your max item, so it's definitely worth checking.
yeah.
So I believe that means Moldorm has their final item.
Mm-hmm.
And 3. Opting not to fill up on health.
Now, yes, three and a half hearts here, plus tempered sword. It's going to require 2 spins to take down Moldorm. This should be relatively easy. Plus blue mail on top of that. I don't foresee too many problems with this fight.
He's having a little bit of trouble with the speed, but oh, he gets it with the tap.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Very nicely done.
His prize is Bizarre and a crystal.
All right, so nothing really big in Tower of Hera, but now it's nice to get it away. We're 25 minutes in, and he has his first crystal. Jaylow coming into Eastern Palace. We're going to see there are 3 items potentially in Eastern Palace, and we'll see if this pays off for him. The bow could be in here, which would allow him to complete this.
Indeed. Map, though, first item.
Yeah, not what he
to
wanted to see, but I'm sorry, go ahead.
Just saying, not what he wanted to see.
Yeah.
You want to see that big key to get you that big key chest.
Yeah, getting the big key a little bit early allows you to run through basically in one cycle. So that would certainly be nice. Jaylow getting 50 rupees there. Now the Fizz coming over at Eastern Palace area. I like this. We'll see if he goes to Sahasrala's hut first. Looks like he is going there first.
Right. Knowing our item set, I would have to think we're either going to be seeing Titan or hammers in here, or we're going to be seeing an Aga attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if this doesn't pay off, I think the play is absolutely to head over to Aga. That's going to get you your Dark World access. They do have tempered Master Swords, so absolutely have access to that. Plus that'll give them Magic Cape, and as you said, the Magic Cape cave could hold something important. So they will still have to find boots to get that Magic Cape, but it could be something important up there.
Big 20 is our item number 2, so he is going to have to go into the dark room to see what the item back there is.
Yeah, it's got to be something. The other thing, there is a few more spots in the overworld that could be checked, such as Agina's cave.
True.
But they could have something like the book in here, which would give them access to desert. I don't know. Something like flute would be nice, but it wouldn't really open up that much because they don't have the mitts to get into like Misery Mire area or anything like that. So,
well, we shall see momentarily.
Yeah. This is gonna have to be the big key here. Oh,
nope, he had the big key.
He has the big key. Okay.
Compass. So the final item is on Armos Knights, and we won't be seeing that for a bit.
Yeah, no, not without a bow. All right, Jaylow coming up to Death Mountain here. I like this. He's gonna go get his crystal from Tower of Hera.
And yes, I'm gonna guess. Fizz might check Agina's cave. Again, you know there's a decent item on the ledge, so that might convince you to go to Aga, but at the same time, it is going to take you a little bit of time.
Yeah, that's not accurate. They can go around and get to the eastern side because they have flippers, so they can swim around in the Lake Hylia area and actually get around to access to things like Hype Cave and They would not be able to get into town because they do not have, or at least not from that side, because they do not have the Titan's mitts. But they could get to Hype Cave, and Mirror would give them access to things like south of the Grove, and as well as Old Stumpy. So they would have access to a number of areas in the dark. They could, even if they are forced to do Aghanim.
Yep. Well, we'll see Fizz's move momentarily.
Yeah, and I really think that's actually the play here, is to go and do Aghanim. There's not much left in the light world here. They could go over to desert, but I don't think you're only going to get Agina's Cave out of that right now. And yeah, it looks like Fizz is going to go up to Aghanim, get into that dark world, and start to get to some of the stuff that is available there.
You got to feel slightly disappointed having to do Aga with that item set, but there's no other way into the dark world right now, so it is your only option.
Yeah, no hammer, no Titan's mitts.
No
so
go.
yeah, we're gonna immediately gain access to the Palace of Darkness area. They have enough money to get in there. They do have a bottle, so they can use the bottle potion glitch to get as much as possible through that dungeon. They can go to Quakefish, the pyramid. Obviously, they'll pass by that, and then, as I mentioned before, they have the flippers, so they can swim around in Lake Hylia to gain access to some of the lower areas, like near Swamp, by like Hype Cave and similar. So,
and usually, when we get Aga seeds, there's usually an important item on the pyramid. Until there isn't.
mm-hmm.
But we shall see shortly. Wonder how Aghanim is going to cooperate tonight. If we're going to be seeing a lot of blue balls, or if we're going to be seeing a few.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm thinking generous tonight. I think there's only going to be like 3.
oh, so average.
Yep, thereabouts.
All right then.
Hopefully not a 6 or a something bad like that, but we shall see shortly, as he is making pretty good work of these soldiers with that tempered sword.
Yeah, we have some call outs in chat for 2 and 4. Get your guesses in, chat.
Meanwhile, Jaylow's going up for his attack on Moldorm.
Yeah. Once he's done here, I think we're going to be seeing the same play from him. I think we're going to be seeing that Aghanim play.
Would not be surprised. And Moldorm goes down like nothing. He's going to get his piece of heart and his crystal.
Oof, we just had a call out in chat for 7 blue balls.
That is mean.
That is certainly not a
I mean,
well,
I'd rather take a lot of blue balls on an Aga right now than have to have like a Ganon big key on a tile room or something like that.
Yeah, tile room, the room you don't want it to be. All right, Jaylow looks like he might be heading over to the desert here.
Seems like it. He'll be doing an Agina's Cave check and probably seeing what's on top of Desert Ledge.
Yeah, now if this is something like Hammer or Titan's Mitts, that would be a huge payoff for him.
Indeed.
It would give him that immediate access to Dark World, where and would mean that he doesn't have to go through Aghanim here like Fizz has.
Fizz got a little too close and got shocked rather than shooting that energy ball back at him.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna go for the ledge check first here. We'll see what we get there. Just a blue rupee. Yep, nothing important there. Gotta be a little bit careful. He only has 1 heart here.
Meanwhile, Fizz has only encountered one blue ball thus far.
That's pretty nice.
Oh, 2
and
in a row, though.
Commentator's curse. He gets another one.
Womp womp. 3 in a row. I can't blame those frustration slashes.
There's that commentator's curse. Oh, he's only got one. Boom. Oh, that is really interesting. Ice rod on Agina's cave. That smells of Turtle Rock.
It does.
So
you have everything to get Turtle Rock that soon.
Yeah, Aghanim absolutely going to be required here. And we're going to find out what's on the pyramid. Just a little bit of love.
Yeah, not going for that. Can't blame that.
Yeah, we'll see if Fizz goes up to Quakefish or goes straight over to Palace of Darkness.
Not surprised by checking the Catfish. That is one of the other locations that's kind of hard to route. So just getting that knocked out immediately is good play. Yeah.
Now they've already done Zora, but this is a kind of a play where you would since they do have the mirror. A lot of times we'd see runners kind of save this until they can go over here and catch the Catfish, and then they would mirror to the light world and pick up all the rest of the Zora items. But our runners having done that already, we're not going to be seeing that tonight.
Living Skull rode the ledge to try to still get at Fizz.
Yeah,
I've seen that before.
Yeah, that happens to me quite often. It's really, really annoying when you accidentally bring that stone alive. All right, Quakefish produces some love.
Full heart container is definitely a good sign.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Fizz here saving and quitting. Looks like he's gonna go back to his straight back to the pyramid. Oh, that's right. He has defeated Aghanim, so
Thieves and Skull are our final pendants. I didn't, and our tracker is noting that Ice is our other 5/6.
Okay. So
Thanks for that, Master.
That's interesting. That could indicate something maybe at the double-chested fairy on the pyramid there. The Fizz going over to Palace of Darkness. I like this.
And indeed, as you said, that does mean Turtle Rock is required, so you're going to have to go to Agina's cave sooner rather than later. But until we get that hammer and hookshot or Titan's Mints, we're not going to be going to.
No, they need the Titan's Mints in order to lift the stone. As well as the hammer, so they're going to have hammer and Titan's Mints even to gain access to Turtle Rock, plus the correct medallion. So Bombos we know is on Lake Hylia, so it's very possible that Bombos is going to be required there. This looks like the stun drop is a heart, which is real nice for Jaylow there. It gives him a little bit of buffer here, so that's a nice find for him.
Indeed. Meanwhile, Fizz, hoping that this is a small key, so it's not bow locked.
Yeah, they do have that red potion, so if it was not, they could do that. That is certainly an option, but it looks like the small key is there, so he's going to be able to get access to the back normally.
Of course, if you haven't done, with how relatively new the potion glitch is, if you haven't done it before, in the middle of a race for your life is probably not the time to test it.
Agreed. Yeah, I don't know if these runners are familiar with that particular glitch, but I mention it because it's just a possibility. So.
Meanwhile, we already have the big key, which is definitely a good thing you want to see in pod early.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing I hate in this dungeon is going through the dark area with the big key, or with the big chest, and then forgetting that I don't have the big key until I get to that big chest, and it gives me that, hey, something's missing dialogue.
It's something I've done before, and it is not a good feeling.
That is exactly, this is the worst feeling ever. So, Our runners, thankfully, will not have to deal with that tonight.
Indeed. I wonder if we're going to see a hammer yump.
I don't know.
Not that surprised, considering he's sitting at 0 keys, and you kind of need a key to get out of there.
There could be. That's true. He has the mirror though, so he could mirror out. When there could be a key in any one of the chests in the back there. So. Also, that is frame perfect there. So, very very difficult trick to pull off. There was the Titan's mitts. So that is actually a huge find here in the Palace of Darkness.
Indeed. Gets us our full Dark World access, and that does get us up. Well, no, that doesn't get us up to Turtle Rock just yet, because we need either the hammer or the hook shot.
Yes, they are going to need to have the hammer or the hook shot at this point in time. Well, they need that. They actually need the hammer because they have to have the hammer to open up the pegs, to open up the portal.
Indeed.
So the hammer is required. Period.
Only a 5 arrows and 5 rupees and an arrow upgrade in the Dark Maze. And the map in the big key chest.
Yeah. All right. So Fizz, having grabbed his Titan's mitts here, it looks like he's going to leave this area for now. That's not a bad call, I think. He's going to have to come back here. This is a crystal, so if there's something else here, he can come back and he'll know. And when he finishes it after finding the bow, as the bow is going to be required to get to Helmsor, and on the hammer. Excuse me, the hammer is going to be required to get the Helmsor, as well as the bow.
Jaylow did grab the piece of heart off of the pyramid, and he is also going up to Catfish.
Yeah, this is not a bad call. And I think after that, we're going to see him go over to Palace of Darkness as well. Fizz going to head straight on over to Village of Outcast area, as well as Skull Woods. He has everything to complete Skull Woods right now, so I think we're going to be seeing him do that first. And yeah, he is going up here.
Hoping that the 2 items in Skull Woods are early and not on Mothula.
Yeah, that's see that's exactly what happens when you
right. This is going to be an interesting play. Earlier tonight in one of the races I saw, there was a required item on a pendant boss, and that decided the race because they didn't check it until way too late.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Considering that the 2 of our pendant dungeons are 2 of the fastest dungeons to complete, I do wonder if we're going to see them go through these dungeons and beat them. Finding the Cane of Berna, that is not a required find, but a good find to have.
Yeah, it can certainly be a good bit of safety for things like blind, which blind will give you some trouble if you get off script there. But yeah, definitely nice to find the items early here, and look at that, definitely finds them both real early in Skull Woods. So now you can just beeline it straight to the back. You don't have to worry about checking that big chest. You don't have to worry about checking that really annoying chest in the back.
Yep, just gonna head straight into City of Outcasts and check the locations there.
Yeah, so that's it for Skull Woods for the Fizz, and he's not going back to Mothula at this point in time since it's a red pendant.
Yeah, we still don't know. This could still be a ped seed, but for the moment, we do not know.
Yeah, that's very true. They do not have the book yet, so there's no way to go ahead and check that. And Jaylow going into the Lake Hylia area.
Dust Boots?
Yeah, that's a nice find. That is going to give the Fizz even more of an advantage over his over Jaylow here, as
Jaylow's getting bombos.
Yeah, this is not a bad play.
Not at all. Not necessarily a required item, but it's definitely good to have, and it's also great for clearing screens.
Yeah. Well, if that is a required medallion for, say, Turtle Rock, then he's going to definitely want that. All right. So it looks like he might be going to the Palace of Darkness area now. Jaylow, that is. Go ahead.
Fizz getting disappointed by Sick Kid, and now he's going to check the bombable hut.
Yeah, I like this routing. That's very nice. He's right here with in the Village of Outcasts. He has the mirror, so he can just kind of come in and check this right now. Rather than Jaylow kind of went out of his way a little bit to go and check the Sick Kid. So this kind of combines as many things as possible. So, all right, here's a map check from Jaylow, and he sees that the entire left side of the Dark World is the pendants.
Yep. So Fizz also dipping into Thieves.
Yeah, I really like this play. Coming in here, you're gonna check this. It's easy to go through and check this. There's 4 chests right at the top, and it's possible that they contain a bunch of items right away. And you get exactly what you're looking for out of this dungeon. But as you said earlier, these are some of the quicker dungeons to come in and fully complete if necessary. So.
It is a risk, and right now it hasn't paid off too much for Fizz.
Yeah.
The only major thing in Skull Woods was the Cane of Burna, and thus far the 4 items in front of Thieves are duds.
Yeah, just 120 rupee there. That's not what he wanted to see. And he got both the map and the compass, so that means all the rest of the items are going to be in the back. One of the items can be locked away in the big chest, which means that the hammer is going to be required to get it even. So that makes things a little bit awkward to continue on in the back, but it looks like the Fizz wants to go ahead and take his chance. It'll be interesting to see if he does not pick up all 4 items and he decides to go and defeat Blind at this point in time to try and get that 4th item. Oh, that is absolutely picture perfect there by the Fizz, getting that through that hellway right there with the dash. That was awesome.
Got the God Pixel and got right through in one go. Excellent work.
Yeah.
Chat raising a good point. I'm also kind of surprised neither of our runners have gone up to get the cape and then check Bumper Cave.
So here's the thing. I think the Fizz is in the best position to go ahead and do that, but right now I think his thought process is I have some dungeons, and they have way more stuff than Bumper Cave. Bumper Cave 1 item, a little bit out of the way to go ahead and check it. So he can go ahead and finish these dungeons and then go up the Bumper Cave if he wants.
True. It is a risk because since these are pendants, there's not necessarily going to be a required item in here, and thus far the plays haven't really worked out for him. But
yeah,
he's still ahead of Jaylow.
Yep.
Of course, he doesn't know that.
No. But here's the other thing, though, is if Bumper Cave does turn out to be something that's required, he can go and check that, and he can go and pick up the magic cape as it is right there. A green rupee, not what he wanted to see. So it'll be a relatively fast check to go up there, and then go and get the magic cape if something up there does turn out to be important. Yeah, and there's that what I was talking about earlier. Fizz has to skip over the big chest, and if Blind does not drop an item, then he is going to have to come back at some point in time to check that big chest.
And only 5 hearts, but he's got the cane ready for cane strats. Got 2 heads this far, so making pretty good. Activating it on the 2nd heart, that's probably wise since you're going to get a magic refill anyway, and down goes Blind.
Yeah.
Just
and there's that. Yep, there's that 4th item.
what you wanted to see, so you know that you've gotten everything, but at the same time, gotta be disappointing having completed 2 pendant dungeons and only the Kingdom of Burna to show for it.
Yeah. I'm surprised Jaylow did not boomerang for the heart there. He does only have a half a heart here. Yeah, so the big chest there containing just the key to the door for the big chest, so no big loss there.
Fizz just going and taking care of Jeremiah pretty quick. Good play.
Yeah, he's got the mirror here. He's got the Titan's mitts. This is relatively fast check. Plus it opens up purple chest. All right, Jaylow taking an intentional death there, resetting his hearts, and now he is leaving the Palace of Darkness area. I like this. He's probably going to be going to the Thieves' Town dungeon, or I'm sorry, the Village of Outcasts area.
The Smith's just giving you a small reward for saving them with Big 20.
Yeah, there's those Dwarven Breadsmiths.
Since you've got the Titan's mitts, you can jump down that fence post.
Yeah, we're going to see him going over the digging game here. We'll see how many digs it takes. This game definitely can be trolly with up to like 30 digs required.
It's been brutal in version 29 I've seen this far, and it's
Yeah.
only 4 digs and only 20 rupees.
At least it was fast before it decided to give them absolutely junk.
Indeed. And
Where's
wisely having done this first, because the digging game owner does not like having guests on the same screen, or the same anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It'll detect you even if you leave the chest on another screen. So, good call.
Yeah, here Fizz is going to come back for the purple chest here. So, yeah, I think what he's going to do now is he's going to go visit Old Stumpy. He can also visit South of Grove, come back around and do Hype Cave, and then head on over to the guy who unlocks the chest.
Indeed. Opting to start with Stumpy.
All right, there is some speed for Jaylow. All right, that's nice. Some red mail there for the Fizz.
Yep. With Seed with this low a health, I would definitely be very grateful for red mail.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And in the South of Grove Cave, we've got the bow.
Yeah, that is a very important item for our runners here. That is going to allow them to complete Eastern Palace, but we might not see them do that until they find the hammer. That way they can kill off both Eastern and Palace of Darkness at the same time.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it'd be real nice if a hammer is here in Hype Cave.
I wonder if Fizz might go down to check Agina since he's close enough and grab that ice rod, or if he will continue on.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think he's gonna go to Agina at this point in time. I think he really wants Hype Cave. I think
Probably, I wouldn't blame him. The only piece of card in the chest.
Yeah, Hype Cave. It's more items. More potential for something good there. Plus, you can head on over to Lake Hilly to pick up that bombos.
Which is what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. Now,
Jaylow, through inadvertence or error, does end up grabbing that big 20.
That's all right. He got off screen before the timer ran out. I mean, very generous timer remaining, but even still.
Indeed. And what do we got in Hype Cave today? We've got Full Heart.
Yeah, that's real nice. Again, our runners don't have very many of them. Oof, single arrow. Hook shot. Yeah, and another big heart. So there was definitely some level of hype in that cave. Hookshot's a big one. It's going to give him access to Eastern Death Mountain, especially with the Titan mitts. It's going to give him both access to Light World and Dark World. So No hammer yet, so no turtle rock. But they can go and find out what pendant is, or what the medallion is required for turtle rock. As well as go and check out things like Hookshot Cave, Spiral Cave, Paradox Cave, and Super Bunny Cave. So there's quite a lot up here.
Definitely the play to make.
Yeah, I like that nice spin speed there by Fizz.
Jaylow, meanwhile, taking his chest on the world tour.
Yeah, no, they don't. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, going to be really glad to see that bow shortly.
Yeah. No, they don't want to go into Palace just yet. Without having the hammer, there's one possibility for an item there, which is the chest that's just off to the side and behind the bottom wall. And if that doesn't contain anything exciting, they just kind of wasted some time going in there. They do have the hook shot, but without the hammer, they're not going to be able to get too deep in there. So Jaylow picking up his red mail here. Meanwhile, Fizz checking out Paradox Cave.
2 pieces of heart this far.
Yeah, nothing terribly interesting, but 5 chests up here, so...
Air upgrade, big 20. Quake. Piece of heart. And piece of heart. So you could have gotten a full heart container just from Paradox Cave alone. Oh, and Fizz accidentally dropping down.
Yeah, Jaylow picking up his letter D. Oh no! Jaylow has lost the chest.
I mean, we know that that isn't the worst thing in the world, but Jaylow is probably very not happy about that.
Yeah, I hope he does the right thing. Skips it for now.
Yes, but that's going to be nagging at the back of his head.
Yeah, it's just a piece of heart in there. Okay, the floating island is a big 20. So there's nothing interesting there.
And gonna do the speed walking through Spiral Cave.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
To get back down to Super Bunny.
Yeah, it does have the boots here, so Spiral Cave not like the worst thing going on. So this is gonna be nice here. Jaylow gonna pick up his hook shot, and that's gonna hopefully lead him to Eastern Death Mountain here.
And 300 in Spiral Cave. So this has not been the seed for lacking money.
Yeah, money not the worst thing in the world. If they do find some bottles, they can fill them up with blue goo at the Witch, and it has a nice safety. They do have both runners do have a bottle filled with red goo currently, so.
Looks like Fizz is going to opt for the mirror glitch to get through the rocks rather than the hookshot glitch.
Yeah, I like that. A little bit easier to hit, and very much guaranteed to not have to go up. If you mess up that hook shot, then you're gonna have to go upstairs, which kind of sucks. A little bit of waste of time. Getting a small shield there, probably not something that he's looking for.
Not the worst thing in the world to find, but there are so many more items you would much rather find.
Yeah. All right. Fizz gonna go into Hookshot Cave here. No Turtle Rock medallion check just yet, but we'll see what Hookshot Cave provides.
This far, big 20 and a 5-bomb upgrade, and another big 20. Not much.
Yeah. Nope.
And another big 20. Ouch.
That was a whole lot of nothing. So Eastern Death Mountain not providing a whole lot. That's surprising with as many chests that are over here.
Opting not to check Turtle Rock, which is a risk, but you can't get in there at the moment anyway.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's only a few seconds.
Yeah, I would have liked to absolutely check it. He does not have the Bombos medallion, but he might not care about it because he does know where the Bombos medallion is, and so if it turns out that it is required, he can just go pick it up. or he may just be planning to go pick it up anyway. For me, I would like to know that because if it is Bombos, now I definitely want to route that in, and if it's not Bombos, then I don't care. Jaylow here picking up the Quake medallion now has all three. He's not going to care any which way. So.
One thing I'm a little worried about for our. Oh wait, no, never mind. I just canceled out that thought. For a moment, I was worried Hammer could be on Ped, but Hammer cannot be on Ped because you have to have Hammer to beat Ice Palace.
Yeah. Yes. That's yes.
At this moment, I can't think of any. There shouldn't be any item on Ped.
Yeah, our runners. There's TheFiz going ahead and checking that cave. Just a piece of art there. So I wonder, what is he gonna go pick up the magic cape anyway?
It's a safety item. I couldn't blame him for it.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't particularly like this call. It's not really a very exciting item to me, especially with Kane O'Brien. But if he wants it, I don't really fall ahead and pick it up. My personal opinion is it's just kind of an out of the way, unnecessary item here. So I don't think I would have gone for it, but maybe he might want. No, okay, never mind. I thought maybe he wanted that piece of heart to fill up a heart container, but not even for that.
Nope. Probably gonna check Bonk Rocks right now.
Yeah, I like this. He can check Bonk Rocks, he can check the ledge, and then he can check the King's Tomb all in one go here. Get kind of 3 items just right out of the way. Getting red meringue right here.
Depending on your boomerang preference, it's either a good or a bad thing to find. I personally rather like the red meringue. I don't mind the lag, but depends on his taste.
Yeah, some people like it, and they say it makes some of the boomerang strats easier for them. I think the boomerang makes the boomerang strats a little bit easier for me. So I that's just one of those runner preference things. So
King's Tomb has a fairy in the bottle.
Yeah, that's a very nice safety pickup there, along with their bottle of red goo. So here's Jaylow going through Super Bunny Cave, also opting to use the mirror on those blocks. I like that. It's easier.
And Fizz going to see what is in the back of the ledge.
Yeah, I don't blame him on this. This is the 3 items in a row here. Very, very nice, very quick to go ahead and check all 3 of these. And now we're gonna see where he goes next, because none of that has panned out, and that is really, really interesting.
I think he might be going for Eastern.
Yeah,
because
Eastern
there
Palace
is guaranteed an item on Armos Nights.
Yeah, absolutely. That really seems like the only dungeon that they can do right now. They can't do Palace of Darkness, no hammer. They can't get to Misery Mire, even though it is the other pendant. They don't have the flute. They don't have the hammer for Swamp Palace or Palace of Darkness, or to get to Turtle Rock. Without access to Misery Mire area, they cannot get to Desert Palace or the book. They do not have the book there, so that locks that out.
I think Fizz forgot he had the hammer for a hot minute.
No, Fizz does not have the hammer.
Right, but he went down to go to the warp.
Yeah. He forgot he did not have the hammer. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I must have misheard what you said.
No worries. Might have been trying to see if he could double dip. If
Yeah.
the hammer ends up being on the on Armos Nights.
Yeah, I think that's what these guys were trying to do, especially with the game saying, "Hey, Eastern Death Mountain, you can go here now." Providing that hook shot, right? I totally expected the hammer to be up there. and it was not. So it was very surprising. Jaylow, I like this play from Jaylow here. He's going to go pick up the Magic Cape. He did not go into Skull Woods, so he does not have that Cane of Brian. So that's a nice kind of safety item for him. So I certainly don't blame him. While it is a little bit out of the way, it's one of those kind of safety items. He can just kind of blink out, and it might help him be blind if he wants to go there. But I don't think he has any interest in going to either of those pendant dungeons right now, either Skull Woods or Thieves Town.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Looks like he's gonna be checking Bonk Rocks.
Yeah. This is a nice call. It's quick. It's right here. Uh-oh. Fizz forgetting the correct button. I'm getting it now. Very nice dash strat through that room there with all the marbles.
Yep. And should make quick work of these enemies. And with silvers, you can sleepwalk through the Armos Knights.
Yeah, they did pick up those silver arrows very early on. So it was a very nice find when they get their bow. All right, Jaylow going up here. What could he possibly want? All right.
Only half magic on the Armos Knights.
All right, so that is
a welcome sight, but not progression.
Yeah, what are we missing at this point in time? There has to be something staring us in the face that we're missing. It's not the 5-6 because they do have to go to Ice. Oh, you know, it could be Ice Palace. They do have access to that. And the hook shot now. They should be able to complete Ice Palace as well. Could be the hammer is in there.
Absolutely.
Hammer is going to be required to get to Cold Stare, as well as the items on the top. But they do have access to a lot of the bottom.
And Fizz is going to check Gina and get the Ice Rod, but again, not what you're looking for.
No, I
mean,
need
it to get through Trinex, but you need to get to Trinex.
Yeah, he's gonna want to see this item. He's gonna absolutely welcome this item, but at the same time, you're right. It's not what he's looking for. The hammer is the elusive item du jour here tonight.
Cooper Fox in chat raises a good point. There is another thing we could do. You can take the long way to get the swamp.
Yeah, I think we mentioned this a little bit earlier. There is one chest you can check in Swamp Palace currently without that hammer. It's possible that the hammer is there. It would allow, with the items that they have, it would absolutely allow Swamp Palace to be completed. So, I mean, it's certainly a thing. We'll see where the Fizz decides to go. I think Jaylow is just kind of following along in the Fizz's footsteps right now.
And looking to check the east side of Pod, it seems.
Yeah, that's not terribly unreasonable. There are certainly some more things in there that he could pick up. Obviously still unable to complete the dungeon, but
If hammer's in there, are you good?
Yeah, if the hammer does end up being in there, absolutely.
The hammer is locking off pretty much everything else.
Yeah. Yeah, either that or the book. Did that Armos Knight just take a silver arrow and not die?
I think it went just past him.
No, it was stuck right in it. There was an arrow just hanging out of that Armus Knight, and it did not die. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Maybe something weird with hitboxes.
Yeah, it could have been. It could have been. He shot it a little bit too early, and while they were still frozen.
Maybe the
'Cause when-
shield. Maybe the shield isn't a hitbox. I've never tested it.
I don't. Yeah, you know what? I don't know.
Up, getting a couple of shocks from the jelly.
Yeah.
Getting the heart in return though. And the ocarina.
Oh, okay. So that's gonna open up Misery Mire. So that's real nice. That is also opens up Desert Palace. So they do have all items to get into Misery Mire, and with the boots, they can complete the Desert Palace. So it's quite possible that the hammer is in either one of those dungeons.
Indeed.
Or things like chest, checkerboard cave. We already know it's not the ledge, but there's two items in both of those dungeons: the Desert Palace and Misery Mire, and checkerboard cave is over there as well. So that's a potential of 5 items plus the Misery Mire shed. So you're looking at 7 potential items out of that area. Yeah, I like this. Jaylow sensing that he wants to go back to Palace of Darkness. And this is actually going to pay off for him rather than him going into the 2 pendant dungeons, which we know that TheFiz has done, and not having panned out for anything much other than the Cane of Burna.
Indeed.
Yeah, Jaylow not using his boots very much. That is very true.
Interesting choice, but just depends on. You definitely want to go with what you're most comfortable with.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly gives the edge to TheFiz a little bit, as he's using it a lot more than Jaylow. So to just give him, some faster movement. But it's not it's certainly a little bit of a deficit for Jaylow. The less he uses them, but it's. Nobody knows where anything is here, so.
Yeah, shed's just rupees.
Yeah, shed is nothing interesting. So we'll see what Fizz decides to do next. Looks like he's gonna go to checkerboard. I don't blame him. If he doesn't want to go into Misery Mire,
He didn't even check the medallion.
Yeah.
Just a big 20 and check.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see the medallion in a little bit anyway. So, if he doesn't have to go to Misery Mire is a really, really miserable dungeon. It's Ether there. So that means Ether and Quake are the medallions.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he's going to go check the ledge. It is just that 5 rupees we saw earlier. And then he's going to go into Desert Palace here. This is also a crystal and very, very completable. So I like this play over going into Misery Mire right now.
Getting at 5-6 especially is very important.
Yeah, Jaylow picking up his...
The lance, the hammer.
Wow. Yeah, that's huge. Because that's going to open up pretty much everything. That opens up Swamp Palace. It opens up Palace of Darkness. It opens up Turtle Rock. And Ice Palace was actually already open, so that should actually put him in go mode.
I do believe so, yes.
Yeah, that is the item. So what's also interesting here is that Jaylow made the very right call, because he went straight to Palace of Darkness, got his flute, and now he is activating that, which means he's going to be going over to Misery Mire area, and hopefully he's going to head right into Palace, Desert Palace here to find his hammer. So he's hot on TheFiz's heels right now.
Indeed. Some routing choices has meant that even though Fizz did 2 extra dungeons, He still has a little bit of a lead, but it's not super significant.
No.
Jaylow is still very well in this.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's both items from Desert Palace here, just some bombs as well as the hammer. So Fizz is just going to go and finish this dungeon off and go defeat the Land Mollusk now.
Indeed.
All right, Jaylow checking out the medallion there for Misery Mire, finding out that it is Ether. He has all the medallions anyway, but at this point in time, hopefully he does not go in there.
Yeah, definitely cannot blame him at all for doing a shed check and probably a checkerboard check before going into either of the dungeons.
Yeah, shed check very, very quick here. I would actually like him to see him go into Desert Palace before checkerboard. But it looks like he's gonna go to checkerboard first. Don't blame him for that. It's easy to forget as well, so.
Indeed. And with half magic fire rod and silvers, regardless of your choice against the land mollusk, they will be going down fairly easily.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Land mollusk. I wouldn't be too shocked to see a 1 round here with the silver arrows selected here for the Fizz. Oh, just getting 2 of them. Unfortunate miss on that second one, but let's see how he recovers. Very nicely.
2 cycle.
Yeah, very nicely done.
And just the compass.
Yeah, no big deal. We already had both items out of this,
Exactly.
So the big thing that we were looking for was the hammer.
Is that?
Yeah. So Jaylow picking up his hammer now. This is awesome for him. That puts him in go mode as well.
Pausing for a second, I wonder if maybe he might have been double checking his item counts to confirm go mode.
Oh yeah, it's possible.
Fizz is going up to Ice Palace, I presume.
Yeah, this is going to be a real quick dungeon to go mode. That and it puts him in striking range of Palace of Darkness and Swamp Palace. So we'll see where he wants to go after that. I think I would have gone to Swamp first personally, but you know, it might be just a runner's preference thing here. He wants to get ice out of the way.
And with that hook shot, we'll be able to make short work of the penguins.
Yeah, I
Remembering
like that
he's in go mode, so he does not need to check that chest, especially if he can get the bomb jump off.
Yeah, exactly. I like that he is skipping the chest there, just saying nope. I know I don't need anything more. Even though, you know, maybe another heart or 2 might be something that's actually nice, but when he does get to Ganon's tower, he probably knows that in the back of his mind he's going to be checking a number of chests there, and it's very likely that he'll find a couple extra hearts there. So, plus that red mail might also make him very comfortable with where he's sitting. 10 hearts. Go ahead.
I was just agreeing with you, and managed to get the double kill on the Stalfos.
Yeah, very nice there. But yeah, I was about to say 10 hearts, very comfortable there. Oh, look at that. He is... Oh, okay. He already has that set to blue. Okay.
Yeah,
for some reason... Go ahead.
He did that upstairs. He set a bomb, then went over and threw the bomb in just so he could both blow open the floor and get the switch.
Yeah, for some reason, yeah, I'm so used to runners hitting this crystal switch there on and that and just, you know, not thinking what color it should be.
Indeed, it's my usual strat.
Using hookshot there. That's certainly interesting. Jaylow looks like he's gonna use fire rod here on the Land Mollusk.
Interesting choice, but with that half magic, it's certainly a very good strat.
Yeah, I mean, two shots off the fire rod for the Land Mollusk. It's relatively quick. Plus, as a backup, he has Tempered Sword here, so Or is it 3 shots? 3 shots.
Down he goes.
Number of the count shall be 3. Thou shalt not count to 2, unless proceeding directly on to 3.
Nice. And Fizz continues to go down, and we'll be going to Coldster.
Yeah, look at how fast this dungeon is. Getting that bomb jump makes this dungeon just ridiculously fast. So, Jaylow, let's see where he decides to go right now. Hopefully he has realized that he is in go mode. Yeah, it looks like he might be going to Swamp Palace here first. Fizz, oh!
He's getting bodied quite a bit.
Yeah, it was very...
He probably knows he has that fairy.
Yeah, he does have that fairy as a backup. He's already got 2 of these puffs down. So, yeah, very nicely handled by him.
Good job.
Yeah, now he's going to get that refill on everything. So...
Only the compass for his efforts.
Mm-hmm.
And that 5/6 crystal.
Yeah, he doesn't care. Even that is not going to be a bother to him. The one item they would be searching for right now at this point in time, silvers, they've already got it. So, I really think we're not going to be seeing these guys check much of anything else. I'd be surprised if they decided to hang around in these dungeons for too terribly long.
Indeed.
Jaylow mirroring all 3 of those blocks.
Fizz was a little bit off, and the goose did not grab him.
Oh, you call it a goose. I always call it a duck.
Right, Fizz opting to go via the pyramid.
Well, that's all right. It's a little bit longer, but it'll get you there just the same.
Absolutely. That time he hangs on to the duck.
Oh no, he wants to go to. Oh, I thought he was gonna go to number 5 there, which would be right under Palace of Darkness. But yeah, he's going to Swamp. I like this. Palace of Darkness already been all checked, so they just had to run straight to the back and get that Helmasaur King. Swamp Palace also very, very quick here. They have hookshot. They have everything they need. They're just going to run straight to the back and defeat Arr, I guess.
Indeed.
The Pirates' favorite boss in this game.
I also probably wouldn't blame them for wanting to save Pod for later, since it's the 3rd time you're going to have to go into Pod.
Yeah, yeah. They unfortunately double dipped it already. Not finding that flute until their 2nd dip. I really can't blame them. Finding the Titan's Mitts was super, super huge for them at the time. So that was a very exciting item. It opened up so much of the world for them to check. And it's one of those things where it's like, well, now Eastern Death Mountain is way open for me, so I'm gonna go check that. It's like 15 items back there or whatever. I don't even know. That may not be accurate, but it's so many items.
Indeed. Runners going through same dungeons. Some easy chests to check, but again, the only thing you're really looking for is either more health or the golden sword, so I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't even check, that chest.
Yeah, I mean, golden sword would be really nice, but it's absolutely not necessary at this point in time. They have silvers, so that's really the thing they want for Ganon. Golden sword would just make it 6 hits on Ganon instead of the current 12. They also have half magic. They have a couple of bottles. There's red goo and a fairy in their bottles right now. So I mean, these guys are sitting really pretty with what they have.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And at near an hour 30, we're not exactly at the point where you start to worry that your opponent is finished, but pretty close to, if your opponent has a really good run, that they could be done. So
Yeah.
Probably in the back of their minds that, especially knowing you're in go mode this fast, you need to hurry.
Yeah, these guys are gonna be done somewhere around just under the 2-hour mark here. With a few more dungeons to go in Ganon's Tower. We're either just under or just the 2 hour. So this is gonna be there's not that much time left here.
Fizz opting to take the chest in the submerged hallway, and he finds the bug net.
Yeah, I don't. That's real quick chest to check there. It's on his way. And if it does contain something like the golden sword, it would give him an edge over his opponent.
That's probably one of the items I would want to see if I end up doing if I end up checking a chest in go mode, because that lets you get fairies if you have enough bottles for emergencies.
Yeah, the bug net, yeah, absolutely. They do not have the magic powder, so they're not going to be able to turn those anti fairies into fairies and then collect them for their bottles. But I mean, any fairies floating around, they're going to be able to pick up with and hold into an empty bottle.
Yeah, there are some
So.
fairy rooms in GT itself.
Yeah, absolutely. So if they need some extra safety there, they can pick that up.
Fizz opting for silver arrows, and Argus goes down like nothing.
Yeah, Argus with the big key there. I just absolute lost leader at this point in time. Jaylow now into Ice Palace. Fizz still with a little bit of a lead here. This is interesting. Jaylow deciding to use bombos here to get rid of all the penguins. I guess he wants to check this chest.
Yeah, it would have been faster with the hook shot, but again, with what you're comfortable with.
Yeah, the penguins, they float around, so, you know, they could certainly be annoying. And we might see him use this in the next room here. Is the Fizz gonna go pick up bombos?
It appears so.
Okay. I'm not sure
back to the dark world.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I understand that pickup there. He just wants to go straight to Palace of Darkness right now, and then okay. Okay, he's gonna fill up his bottles with blue goo, getting rid of both his red goo and his fairy.
Interesting play, but depends on your comfort level with Ganon. Having that extra magic could mean the difference between being able to beat Ganon and having to take a miserable jump down.
Yeah, I think I would have saved them that to either before or after Turtle Rock. Just because you're gonna flute and you can flute right over to the witch. You know, maybe you just have that stuff for Palace of Darkness here. If you get into a little bit of trouble, those items were free. So, you know.
Speaking of a little bit of trouble, Jaylow opting to not do the bomb jump after having a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, that is unfortunately going to make his Ice Palace longer.
Kind of surprised, but again, you know you're nearing the end of the run. You know your opponent is probably nipping at your heels. Fortunately for Jaylow, he's a little bit behind, so which he doesn't know. So you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, Jaylow has made some super awesome plays. As far as, you know, just being able to pick up where stuff is. Has not gone into any of the pendant dungeons, and is, you know, has just simply picked up everything he needs.
And speaking of picking up, you guys can see what's in the big key chest, and it's a small.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of him checking all these all these chests, but this actually is going to pay off for him because with the big, with the big key, he then has that small key and is able to go straight down to Cold Stare.
For the item set that you can find in Ice Palace, that is the exact set of items you want to find.
Yeah, that is actually a kind of big payoff for him, and he does have the Cane of Samaria here, so no real need to have completed with that bomb jump. So that makes his Ice Palace here probably just about a little bit slower, but just about as quick as the Fizz's. So.
He could have eaten up a lot of time in this dungeon, and he lucked out really good by grabbing those items.
Yeah, I think that was a very, very heads up play by Jaylow. I think he knew exactly what he was doing when he did that.
Getting bodied a little bit by Cold Stare, but with that Fire Rod and half magic, he is burning through them real quick, and down he goes.
Yeah, it's much safer when he has two of them down there like that. Plus the lag that is actually caused by all the explosions makes it a lot easier to just kind of maneuver around and hit the one remaining. So here's Fizz on the Helmasaur King, breaking open the helmet, shield, whatever you want to call it there. Yeah, Silver Arrow's making this ridiculously easy once you've done that.
And a piece of art first reference. So he will definitely be going up to Death Mountain, and it will not be long before he heads up the Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, here's Jaylow gonna go into Palace of Darkness. This has been really exciting.
Indeed, this race is neck and neck. Fizz does have advantage by being about a dungeon ahead of him.
Yeah, honestly, I would say half a dungeon at this point in time, because Jaylow is just really going to go into Palace of Darkness and just be defeating Helmasaur King. Because he's just going to go right up the right side, right straight to the back. He's not going to be even looking at anything. Everything else is cleared out of this dungeon, so I wouldn't even call it a whole dungeon behind.
And they're both in go mode, so you can go mode Turtle Rock, although you do need to find the big key and a couple of small keys to get you through.
Yeah. Now they do not have the mirror shield, so that means Laser Bridge is certainly going to be annoying if it turns out they need the key from that.
Indeed. Luckily, with the cape and half magic, and there being several magic refills in there, should be a-okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a magic refill right in the front. This game is very generous with the magic refills in Turtle Rock, so I think that's one thing that the developers of the game were kind of heads up on as far as when they designed that dungeon.
Indeed. Fizz is going into his final crystal dungeon in an hour 30.
Yeah, and Jaylow heading straight back to Helmasaur King here. He's once he's done with that, he's going to be in Turtle Rock. We're going to see both of these runners in Turtle Rock at the same time.
You'd only have 5 bomb upgrade in first chest.
Yeah, definitely not what they're looking for. They Fizz wants to find the big key as early as possible in here. That is really what he wants to see. Something like a vanilla big key would be really annoying. That would be exactly the opposite of what. So the big key being up in this roller room would actually be really nice.
Be able to perfectly execute that Cane of Burn dash, and just a small key and another small key.
Yeah, that's not what he wanted to see. Big key and chain chomp room would kind of be nice with the double small keys there. It's possible. So the pokey is also going to have a small key, so that might be a thing. That will allow them to basically skip over that kind of left hand side with the pipe maze. You want to find this big key.
Jaylow is playing it a little bit safe against King Helmassar, but then was able to get the single silver shots off real quick.
Yeah. This room, chain chomps, really annoying. Fiz taking it a little bit safe there, and finding just the compass.
Yeah, it's definitely got to be disappointing. And,
yeah, he's going to have to go over to check that vanilla big key, I think. I think we're locked into that now.
Meanwhile, Jaylow is now heading to Turtle Rock himself.
Yep.
And he is opting to keep both his red potion and his fairy. So he's going to have to be really careful in the Ganon fight.
Yeah, I like this. As I mentioned, though, if he wants to, or if he uses them in Turtle, it's real easy to flute over to the witch, and then buy blue potions. The other thing here is, I mean, they have half magic, so if they go into Ganon with a full magic meter, which they will, I mean, they should be good, especially if they can get the torch glitch.
And the big key is in the vanilla big key chest.
Yeah, not what you want to see in Turtle Rock, but you'll take it. Nice full magic fill. Fiz looks like he wants to go check the big chest here. I can't imagine what he would be looking for.
Again, either more health or the golden sword is really the only things you're looking for.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think for me personally, I would just skip over as many chests as I can, because
and not paying off.
Yeah, they're going to be checking a ton of chests in Ganon's tower, and that, hearts and whatnot could simply be in there. So,
Indeed.
unless they get lucky with an early big key in Ganon's tower.
Oops, a little too far down.
Yeah, I don't think that worked out for him the way he wanted it.
Oh, he got bodied by the roller.
Yeah, he does need the key that's going to be in this chest to get out of this room.
Right.
Yeah, and here's both of our runners in Turtle Rock at the same time.
Depending on Jaylow's moves, he could gain some ground, but at the same time, with the item placements, I can't see him not checking the same chests.
Yeah, okay, I see. So chat is pointing out that he could find a small key in the big chest, and he did not have a small key there. So finding a small key would actually have given him the ability to, if the roller room there had another small key, would actually give him the ability to skip over the laser bridge. Right as it stands now, he is going to have to go get the key off the laser bridge.
Yep, because it has to be one of these 4 chests.
Yeah, and he only has a small shield, so it looks like he's going to use the Cane of Brian. And first chest comes up with the book.
There's a small key.
Yeah. Finally, we can go check out what's on the pedestal.
But the only way we're going to be seeing what's on the pedestal is in the text at the end of the game.
Yeah, it's going to be Couch Cash. I'm calling it right now.
With this item set, I think you are probably right.
Something like a big 20. 5 rupees.
And we are on our Trinex fight.
Yeah, I was annoyed the other day when mine said boing, boing, boing. Yeah. Not what I wanted to see there. All right, Jaylow now in that chain chomp room. Looks like he's taking a little bit safe there. Not too bad. Finding the compass. Not what he wants to see.
Nope.
And TheFiz taking down both heads of Trinax here.
Yeah, we get spin strats real good, and down goes Trinex.
Yeah, very, very nice, very clean fight there for Fizz. And Jaylow making his way through the pipes.
Only 10 arrows. And since this is Link to the Past Randomizer and not speed gaming, we don't have the official game on here, but we do still have to go into Ganon's Tower and see where that big key is.
Yeah, get your guesses in, chat.
It will not count towards the leaderboards since this isn't speed gaming, but you always want to be right.
Yeah. I mean,
with the weird mix of difficulties in the seed, I'm gonna guess Ice Armos.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking Ice Armos.
I mean, I don't want it to be, but that's
Either
what
that
I'm
or
thinking.
randomizer room. That'd actually be real nice. It's a little, you know, gives them a good number of chests to check, but it puts it not too super late. Wow, 23.
And away we go. Powder.
Yeah, magic powder
And another bottle.
Another bottle.
Jaylow is saving a little bit of time, not going and checking big key chests.
Yeah, it's just the map, so it's not going to be the key that he wants. There's 300 rubies on the torch, so that's 3.
Right now, Fizz has the lead, but it's not commanding. Any false moves, and Jaylow is going to be right there.
Yeah. All right, 4th bottle. That's 4.
With blue potion, that is what you want to see.
Yeah, that's a very nice pickup. 3rd one being empty there was probably made him sad.
7.
Yep.
And 2 small keys, and the map is not great. You need those small keys to get up to the top, but you need the big key to get to the top.
Yeah. Yeah, if he finds the big key, he could just mirror out, right? So, there it is. Right there in the firebar room. So, yeah, he now has two small keys, so that's actually exactly where he wants to be. So he doesn't even have to worry about getting the small key from the mini Helmasaur.
And Anatech for 7. You fortunately only win the smug satisfaction of knowing you won.
All right, Jaylow opening up the safety door here. Let's see, is he gonna use? Yeah, he's gonna use Magic Cape here to check these chests. Looks like he's gonna go from the back, which is kind of unfortunate because the small key is the 3rd one in this direction. So he's gonna check a little bit more than the Fizz did.
Yeah, the other 2 were rupees, so
yeah.
Also not what you want to see.
Yeah. All right. There it is. Jaylow getting his small key that he wants. Not gonna get the book, but who cares?
You don't need it.
I mean, he'll just remain illiterate.
Such a shame.
Yeah. Everybody should learn how to read.
Fizz not opting to go into the fair room. Can't say I blame him with how close this match is feeling.
Yeah. He might feel pretty comfortable with what he's got here coming in. So, plus, at this point in time, you're looking at the clock going, oh my goodness, where is my opponent? They've got to be, you know, in Ganon's Tower already. Fighting Ganon. Oh, whoa, where am I? What am I doing? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You got those feelings. All right, Jaylow.
Fortunately, gonna get some ice.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta really pause just before you take down the first head and switch items. Otherwise, it's the ice head's gonna have opportunity to shoot there, and that just sucks because having the ice on the field.
Fizz having a very unfortunate gauntlet. He is getting bodied quite a bit.
Yeah.
Luckily, he does have powder.
Yeah, I find in that powder they're able to turn that bunny beam into a fairy. Getting a nice refill.
Fortunately, missed with those silvers.
Yeah, it only takes one for the land molars here, even still. So he's just gotta bide his time a little bit and set it up, and he'll be able to take these down with no problem. All right, Jaylow making his way over to Ganon's tower.
There we go.
Yeah, the relatively early big key here.
Which if Jaylow goes left side will give him more time to catch up.
Oof, that Lionel just getting right in his way.
Fire Rod does not one-hit KO Lionels, or you know.
No, it does not. Yeah, very nice there by the Fizz here. Using the cane of Samaria there to take out those skull Wizrogues.
And Jay is opting for right side, but again, he won't be able to go far.
Yeah, it's gonna give him powder. And that empty bottle. Now he does not have the bug net like the Fizz does, but if he wants to take a moment to food over to the witch or something like that to refill, you know, he's gonna have the red goo as well as the interesting. He decides to get that 300 rupees. As well as the fairy and the bottle of blue goo that he's going to pick up here. Oh, this is interesting here. He's not going to pick up... Okay, he is going to pick up the key under the skull.
Yeah, that magic refill is last one in the game. You definitely want to grab that.
Yeah. You don't have to use magic to fight Aghanim 2, so... That's gonna set him up.
Does opt for the final chest, but it's only $50.
Yeah, no golden sword there. I think that's really the only thing he could possibly be looking for at this point in time. Nice use. I
don't know why I've never thought of doing cape strats in that room.
Yeah, very nice use of the cape there.
Eats away at some magic, but if you've got really good Ganon strats, you should be all right.
Well, again, I mean, he could be hoping glitch, torch glitch, gonna really significantly reduce the amount of magic required for Ganon. Aghanim not being kind to Fizz here.
Not cooperating with these fireballs.
Yeah, meanwhile, Jaylow making his way up here. He's going to be entering into the Mimic rooms in a little bit.
Back-to-back double taps, though.
Yeah.
There we go. Down goes Aghanim. I'd have to think he'd go grab that fairy at the bottom of the pyramid with only 3.5 hearts left.
Yeah, I would 100% expect that. Last thing you want to do at this point in time is just die to Ganon.
Yep.
That's something that's just going to give your opponent time to catch up if you are indeed ahead, or
Jaylow's in trouble.
Oof, he got bodied by those BMOs a number of times.
You might want to drink one of those pots, dude.
Yeah, he wants to be very careful here. There are some Igors at the end here. He does not want to get hit by those, but it looks like he's going to use a magic cape to get through here. Plus, all the spikes. So I like the use of Magic Cape here. I think what we're going to be seeing him do is we're going to be seeing him use the refill that's just past the bridge here. So
Meanwhile, Fizz is also using them cape strats.
yeah, there he is. He's going into the refill station. I don't blame him for this. I think this is really heads up again, knowing where you are, knowing what you need.
Yep, Fizz is going into phase 3 and about to hit phase 4. Jay's only hope right now is a Ganon fall.
Yeah, he does have very low magic. So that could be also a little bit problematic for him. But he did go and buy 2 of those bottles of blue goo plus pick one up a third. So, in addition to that, having now just nailed the torch glitch. That's just gonna make it all that much easier on his magic.
You're gonna have to use one of those blue goos after getting hit by the bat.
Yeah,
health left.
Yeah, I don't blame him there. So yeah, one thing he wants to do now is be very careful of the fall. Yeah, a fall at this point in time would be super unfortunate.
Yep, that's 3. One more shot.
Going for the double there, but not quite getting it. This should give him the end, and that's GG's for the Fizz.
Yep, GG's in chat, folks. And with an official speed racing time of 1 hour, 51 minutes, and 11 seconds, the Fizz is your winner.
Yeah, GG to him. I mean, this is still pretty close. Jaylow hot on his heels here with in Ganon's Tower. That's sub 2. That's a real good time.
We will just need to see if the Fizz wants to join us for an interview.
Yeah, that's certainly an interesting postulation there. If Jaylow had used the boots a little bit more, could this have been even closer?
Okay, we should be getting him shortly. Meanwhile, Jaylow is continuing his trek up Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, he's through the gauntlet, so I mean that's really the nastiest part here. So now you're just talking about Moldworm 2.
Meanwhile, we are joined by the Fizz. GG.
Yeah, congratulations, man. So 1 and 2 now. How are you feeling?
It was all right. I made a lot of mistakes, but I'm glad it worked out in the end. I still have a lot to learn.
Well,
for sure. We all do.
The big thing here is you got that goose egg off your back.
That's true. Very true.
You're now sitting with a win under your belt, and that must be a nice feeling. Yeah,
it's a relief. It's a relief. Sad that I had to do it from Jaylow. Jaylow's a really good guy. So.
Yeah, he has been at your heels for most of the race, but
yeah, I'm just looking at it now. He's on Moldworm 2 on the stream anyway.
Yep.
That was close. That was close. And one major mistake, and he had it.
Yeah, if you died to Aghanim, that certainly would have set you back a lot. If you had fallen to Ganon, that would have given him time to catch up. So yeah.
Absolutely, I did a lot of unnecessary dungeon dips as well, but
yeah, he did not go into any of those pendant dungeons that you went into.
Yeah, my philosophy is if I'm close to them and they're pretty quick, I'll take a look at them. Thieves Town wasn't that quick because there was items down at the end, but
yep.
Right.
I was just glad there wasn't the hammer. Like I didn't find the hammer and go back and find another useless item.
Did have the triple dip pod though.
I did have the triple dip pod. I was like, oh god, I hope this is required. as I'm doing it.
Did turn out to be.
Yeah. Sure did. I was putting off Aga for a while, but I knew as soon as I got the Master Sword and the lamp, I'm like, yeah, this is going to be a thing.
Yeah, with that item set very early on in the seed, it was pretty apparent pretty early it was going to end up being Aga required.
Yeah. I was hoping I would find, the Moon Pearl, which I did before I did it, just because, hoping that it's going to be on the pyramid ledge is not a fun time at all.
No, because it's almost never there. The full
Correct.
heart sleeps forever.
Yeah. Everyone who was hoping for a ped seed, I'm sorry.
Well, I had one the other day, so if they really want to, they can go watch mine.
Oh.
I haven't had one in a race yet, but I have had practice ped seeds.
Yeah. I lost because I was basically gambling that the hookshot was not on the pedestal.
Yeah.
And it was.
It's a good gamble, but
Yeah, no, it didn't work out for me. It took me another 30 minutes to finish after my opponent because I then ended up messing up on Ganon for about 10 minutes. So anyway, back to your race. Jaylow.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say Jaylow taking on Ganon now. So go ahead.
I was just about to say I see he got the cape as well. It was a not required cape, but I figured I did Aga, and it makes this Ganon fight so easy. So,
yeah. He went and got the cape. He did not go into a Skull Woods like you did, so he does not have the Cane of Brian.
And he doesn't have his fairy.
Oh no!
So, I thought he still had his fairy.
No, he lost his fairy. He used it already.
Well, he was only on phase 2. It wasn't that bad.
No, but still.
The fact that it's a Force Aga triple dip pod and I still got sub 2, I'm happy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sub 2's a good time. Looks like he is going to flute over to the witch now and fill up on some blue goo.
Yeah, you might as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I made sure to route that in while I was clearing my go mode dungeons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we noticed you actually gave up on your red potion as well as your fairy.
Yep.
Yeah,
I figure, especially in the Ganon fight, damage is infrequent, but it's big. So if you're in the danger zone, it's better to have the blue pot than than the fairy. It'll save you time in the long run.
Yeah. The magic refill is actually more important in that instance in most cases. So yeah, I don't disagree with you there. The only thing I found a little bit odd with that was actually the timing on that. Just because at least for me, I would have thought it more convenient to go ahead and do Palace of Darkness before. But because you're gonna go and flute, and you can kind of do the double flute anyway. And just if something goes south on Helmasaur, then you still have those at least you have the fairy there as a backup. You know.
Sure. Yeah, Helmasaur doesn't really scare me, especially with silvers and the red mail. I wasn't that scared.
Yeah, no, I mean, you had certainly all the.
Yeah, this seed was very generous in the beginning. That's for sure. 3 sword upgrades before the first dungeon.
Yeah,
that was insane.
Yeah, for sure.
And
early
silvers, and
easy to find location.
Yeah, having 2 pendants and knowing where the third was, so knowing I was in go mode before having to do swamp or ice was nice as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I don't know which pendant it is, but I know where all 3 are. So let's just go.
So going into week 4, still alive. What are your thoughts about going into your next match?
Hey, I didn't go 0-3, and that's what I expected to do, so I'm happy. You know what? Even if I lose the next match, I won one, so I'm happy.
Absolutely.
And this is all for fun anyway, so.
Also, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not one of those people who's been playing the game since speedrun the NMG and then went into Randomizer. I literally started 5 months ago now, so.
Yeah, I did the same.
Well, good on you. I started a long time before that. And you have to get sub 2, so.
Oh, well, thank you very much then. I see Jaylow's finishing it up.
Yeah.
Did not get the torch glitch, unfortunately, so it's going to eat a little more of his time, but with
Half
Oof.
magic.
luckily
Oh.
not falling off.
Man, he wanted to give us a little bit of a heart attack there.
Oh god, okay, I just saw it, yeah. I had the worst gauntlet I think I've ever had, by the way. I'm so glad everyone got to see that.
Yeah, that gauntlet was not very friendly to you.
No, it was probably the worst one I've ever had.
Yeah, but you survived. That's all that matters.
That's true. Is he gonna get the? Oh,
At least you found the powder.
that's yeah. You know, the powder is the ultimate comfort item, and I hate when it's in GT.
Indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually the worst spot for it because you find it and you're just like, man, why couldn't I find this like 5 dungeons ago?
Yeah, right.
Why did you give this to me now?
But the big key was pretty friendly.
Yeah.
Especially because I usually go right side first, but it didn't give me a key, so it actually saved me time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
with an official speed racing TV time of 2 hours and 20 seconds, Jaylow7 has completed the game.
Yeah. So GG's to Jaylow there. It says so what is your PB on this here, Fizz?
143 on standard.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a super friendly seed though. Like people were getting 130s on it, so
That's pretty good.
Indeed, we're just waiting to see if Jaylow would like to join us. Might not. Can't.
hasn't spoken in the runner chat either. So
No, short of. No, you answered the questions.
yeah, it was you know, I was when I had to do the triple dip and pod, you know, I didn't keep in my head whether it was required or not. So I'm like, oh god, I'm behind. And then when I went into the 2 pendant dungeons, I'm like, I'm really behind now. So I think that partly contributed to my pretty sloppy gauntlet.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. When you feel like you're behind like that, you know, that's definitely something that your uncle starts fires.
He sure does.
I mean, I suppose so.
Yeah, no, when you're feeling behind like that, you can certainly lean. You know, any small mistake is, you know, gonna just frustrate you a little
Rattle
bit.
you,
Can
yeah.
lead to exactly can lead to another mistake, and you just
Yeah,
you know.
that land mode 2 fight where I'm like just firing silver arrows, hoping and praying.
Yeah. But the good thing there is just work your way through it, and you did, and you got to Aghanim, and he wasn't that terrible to you. And
Yeah, the patterns were a little trolly in the beginning, but they lined up towards the end. So
yeah, exactly. And then your Ganon fight was relatively so.
yeah, the Ganon fight, I've been practicing that a lot. So
Probably a good thing to practice.
yeah, I don't know if you caught me before the stream, but I was doing a Master Sword Silverless practice just because.
Yeah, I do that too, because if you don't and you end up with a seed where you only find the Master Sword, you're out of luck.
Yeah,
those
it's
things you don't like practicing because you don't want to think it's ever going to happen to you, but when it does.
When it does, the swords are all going to be in Turtle Rock, and those are the only Turtle Rock, and they're on Laser Bridge, and
right. Yeah, before I practiced it, I had a race where I had to do it, and I didn't know that I even could, so I had to go out and find a sword.
Do you now have the practice round?
I do now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You need to pick that up at some point.
Yeah, anybody looking to get into this, I highly recommend at least looking over the practice ROM. While that is more targeted for NMG runs, being able to practice various portions of the game for whatever you may encounter in Randomizer is certainly worth a look.
Absolutely. You can set yourself up with any equipment set you want and go into a fight. So.
Yep. You want to practice using the Cane of Brian on blind? By all means. Practice using the Cane of Samaria on blind. Oh, another thing that you can do.
I gotta do that one, by the way.
Yeah, practice some dark rooms. You can absolutely do that. So
I was so happy that I saw the lamp early because I'm not good at dark rooms.
Yeah, we noticed that in your actually both of you guys, Jaylow and you, I think, had mentioned that in.
Yep, I don't do dark rooms. The only one I do is EP because it's easy.
Yeah, I do Eastern Palace. I do the Old Man.
I need to learn that one because that one's powerful sometimes.
And then I do everything in Palace of Darkness except for the big chest area.
Yeah, that one's a little rough.
Yeah. Well, I even do the all the ones up to the turtle.
The other one, the only one that I know a lot of people have problems with is Aghanim as well because it's not something you have to do often.
So yeah, I did Aghanim a couple of times, and then I just said, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that anymore. Even the best runners at this will not do that because it's one of those things where it's.
Yeah, if you don't find the lamp, it's not in logic anyway. Why are you doing it?
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah, didn't attempt that many skips in logic this race.
Didn't really need to. Got the flippers early. Got the lamp early. So there really wasn't a whole lot of logic that could be skipped.
Jaylow will be joining us shortly, just taking care of a few things.
Yeah.
Again, that is the beauty of this being a max capacity tournament, is you are very much still alive.
I know. It's crazy.
Jaylow, as a matter of fact, is still not entirely written out, although he is probably going to have to run the gauntlet in order to get a shot at the bracket stage.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how it works. I know that if you lose 3, then there's like a very slim possibility, but it's based on some kind of point system or something. I'm not sure.
Right.
Well, only the top 128 are going to move on.
Right. All the 7 and 0s are guaranteed. All the 5 and 6 and 1s are guaranteed. All the 5 and 2s are guaranteed. I'm pretty sure all the 4 and 3s, and then it's just some of the 3 and 4s depending on drops and whatnot, and a couple more slots.
Oh, are there 7 rounds to this switch? I thought
there
there
were
only 6.
Yeah, there's 7 rounds, and if I did my math correctly, it's actually 7-0, 6 and 1, 5 and 2, and I think there's the remainder is the either 8 or 16 invited people from the previous tournament. So I think unless one of the above, like the 5 and 2, 6 and 1, or 7 and 0s drop out, you're not in.
Yeah, they're not. Those people that are invited from the last tournament are just completely out of this round. They are not. They get to skip over this round.
If you've been wondering why you haven't seen Christos or Andy or some of the other people that are the
it's 12
tippy top, that is why they have a bye into the opening round.
Right into the brackets.
Guess I could take my room out of emote only mode now.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think my room is still in that mode because I set it in and I forget to take it off. Someone
would message me pretty quick the next time I stream. Why can't I talk?
And nobody comes and visits me. So.
Oh.
Okay, I think.
Hold on, here we go. We got this. All right. So see those names there? Follow them. Visit them while they stream. I'll do it.
Indeed. While we're still waiting on Jay, we do want to give a special thank you to Dragon Master 0283 for tracking us, and Sloth Monster as a restreamer.
Looks like Jay's in waiting room, by the way. There.
And he's here. GG, Jaylow.
Is he on mute?
There we go. GG, Jaylow.
Thank you. GG. What a run.
Yeah, man.
What a run.
What a run.
Indeed. This was the best of seeds. This was the worst of seeds. Tempered real quick. A lot of early items, but also a lot of items you had to find in order to get into dungeons.
Yeah, so what did you think about this seed, Jaylow?
Kind of trolly with some of the item positions, but overall not bad.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting that you say that you thought that some of the items were trolly, because you didn't do any of the pendant dungeons, and that worked out so well for you because you just went from dungeon to dungeon to dungeon to find all of the stuff. Of course, the hammer was the big thing that was missing for most of your match, but your opponent Fizz went into Skull Woods and Thieves Town and checked them out and just came up empty, and you skipped over those and were able to keep progressing, which I think was very, very fortunate for you, and it kept this match really close.
Yeah, I could tell it was close when he finished only, 9 minutes ahead of me?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And you were a good chunk of the way into Ganon's Tower at that time, so...
Yeah.
Really close. It was a really close race for pretty much all of it. In fact, for pretty much all of the Light World, you guys were fairly well in sync.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it back.
Yeah, well, most of the Light World was linear. We kind of
It
did
certainly
everything and then had to
was.
kill Aga for Dark World access.
Yeah, it was when we decided to make that Aga dip, depending. I almost did it early, and then I'm like, let's do some of the Death Mountain before we do that.
Certainly.
Yeah, I cleared every other possibility before I went to Aga.
Yeah. The only thing that Fizz skipped over there was Agina's Cave. But yeah, you guys both explored pretty much the entirety of the Light World before saying, "Okay, fine, I'm gonna go to Aghanim."
Right.
Which,
Right.
when you have the Mirror, the Moon Pearl, and a lift, you're just missing that one thing to get your Dark World access.
Yeah, either that hammer or those Titan Smiths, and that hammer did not want to be found.
So when we got to the Dark World, actually, we didn't have lift at all. The lift was in pod.
Right.
So
right.
yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, so that made it even more likely. That was like, yeah, this is. I mean, we don't even have lift 1 yet. We gotta go. Because when I saw I only had Agina's Cave left, I'm like, well, it can't give me both the hammer and the lift, so it's got to be Aghanim at this point.
Yep.
Pretty much.
But yeah, GG Jaylow. I'm sad that I had to take that one from you. If anyone, I'd rather do it to other people, but
Well,
It's all right, it was a close one. I'm glad you were able to play based on what you told me before we started.
yeah. I'm definitely gonna go lay down now.
Oh no. Well, at
Oh,
least
no.
you can get some rest with a victory in your pocket.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll let you guys close it out. Sounds like we answered all your questions.
yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts?
I'm just looking forward to next week. I know there's still a lot of good people, and there's some really good people that have the same record as me that have just gotten really tough opponents. So it's still going to be a slog, that's for sure.
Indeed.
Well, I have the same record as you.
There you go. As we said.
Yeah, I won my first one and lost my last two. So, but this was absolutely a great match. As we said in the beginning, we expected it to be close, and it was. So Fizz walks away with the victory tonight, and there is tons and tons and tons more of A Link to the Past Randomizer coming up. There is a match going on right now on Speed Gaming 4. It's Vuligin versus Gonspore. So you can head on over there. And 9 a.m. tomorrow, it starts up again. Speed Gaming 2, we're going to have Ide versus Caladrius. And it's just going 11, 12, 2, 3, 4, 6. All day long, there's going to be more Link to the Past randomizer action. So stick around, stay tuned, and be sure to check out the tournament schedule for all the information and all upcoming matches. And we will see you, as there are still 4 more rounds left in this Swiss portion of the tournament. So I would like to thank you once again for coming back on behalf of both myself and the Lost Carol. So we hope you enjoyed tonight's race, and thank you for coming out, and we'll see you next mission.
Good night, Internet.